Sorry, too many colleges named with the letter R in New Jersey.
Yes.
Okay, so the classic blunder of, oh, to fight Kazuya, you use disjoint, you use projectile, you stay away from him. If you're Petayaa fighting Hero, the walking nonsense magnet who has all this stuff in the back pocket, what do you do about this? Considering he's already coming out of the game, how do I deal with this as Petayaa? Because you're already hit with 3 projectiles so far.
Yeah.
What are you doing if you're Petayaa?
I mean, again, like I mentioned before, Sola plays very defensive zero step. Well, there's only so much that you can do against Hero, especially when they have everything that they need to do. Boom, they have, you know, Psych Up. It's going to be very difficult to deal with a character that can become an impenetrable wall. And so Petayaa's got to become that unstoppable force, really, against Sola and finding an opening. He hasn't been able to do so. Purposely Sola, who's just playing so well.
Yeah, definitely a fair point. I mean, Sola already sitting here in the driver's seat, hanging back very well. Accelerado online, so looking to accentuate this lead. Like, finally finding that first hit there. Petayaa is on the board, but yeah, like I said, man, it's just so tough to get around all the buffs and projectiles this character has. And we're seeing Sola has been locking it down well, especially like you mentioned earlier, a very defensive player. Sitting under that platform, he's got the ring doorbell set up, like, oh, there's an intruder at the door. I am not letting him in because, oh my God, he's taking one laser all game.
Yeah, and this is the problem that you face. Of course, we know that Kazuya can dish out a lot of damage if he hits a move. He just hasn't been able to. And Sola, okay, finally at this advantage, but Petayaa not going to find anything off of him. Finds a little bit more damage.
There we go. Finally finding out his conversion there. Not going to find the up smash. Good DI out there from Sola. Realizing he could avoid that. But now again, here comes the pickups with the Nair. Another Nair on the platform. Tries to go for this news. Getting a little goofy there.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to turn up just a little bit. But I mean, already up 3 stocks to 1. You have the time of day and the the resources to play around. So yeah, you might as well do it if there's other time. You think hocus pocus, now's the time.
Exactly. And that's what, I mean, we saw that earlier, right, with Pharaoh against Cheese, and how when you have a big lead like that, you can kind of just fool around a little bit, and you saw with the hocus pocus. Even though it helped out Sola, right now Petayaa is just trying to find this stock as early as possible. Doesn't want to go into that rage drive just yet. Can't waste that. So Petayaa struggling to find this kill. So it's trying to do as much damage as possible so that that rage drive comes out. There it is.
There goes the rage drive. So definitely can make something happen here. I just have to trying to bide his time here, waiting for Sola to land. Of course, the Accelerado with that, I mean, his air drift is just up to 14 out of 10. I mean, the bounce online as well, just waiting for Petayaa to make a move.
Oh.
That Petayaa not going to do much for you considering the double hit of Kaboom. And that is Sola taking game number 1 in stride.
Yeah, and Kaboom is just a move that you have to respect. It's either you hold shield or you could parry it, sure, like you saw there, but then the second hit, you're going to get hit by that. Or, get hit by it and be like, ah, sucks to suck sometimes. Even though that's just a crazy, crazy good move. So, Sola making the most out of that first stock 0 to death. And going into this game number 2, I mean, I think Petayaa kind of started rolling a little bit in that game, but just a little bit too late.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just the fact of the matter is that, like, if you are not fully zoned in against like one of your character's like biggest opportunities to fight against you, is like you're gonna take advantage. Like Sola's saying, okay, if you don't run in immediately, I'm keeping you out projectiles and you're not ever getting in. That's what he did. But now Petayaa is saying, okay, we're taking a smash roll. I'm getting in immediately.
Yeah.
And already making this game much closer than the last game was. Maybe a little bit too close.
It was too good to be true.
There are no Kazuya neutrals in Boss Sensei. That's all I'll say.
Right now, we're seeing, again, this defensive play finally from Sola. It's something about Sola and abusing his, moments like these where Petayaa will make a mistake and get so much damage, get so much percentage off on that second stock. Finally going to find that stock, brings it back a little bit, but if you're Petayaa, your mentality might be a little bit strong.
I mean, you say that, but he's turning up right now. That's the thing you gotta recognize. As you're Kazuya, you're truly never losing. If you find a singular hit, you can get yourself all the way back into the game. And already claiming a lead after all of that. Of course, Sola with the big punish there, the bounce already online. And some of you may be thinking, why just keep picking bounce? It's not using laser as much. If you pick bounce, it takes the bounce off the menu, which gives you more opportunities to get the better spells to deal with Kazuya, especially with Rage Drive online. Yeah,
and 12 seconds is a lot of time to find other, spells to be able to throw out. And, like, even, not just spells to throw out, but also stuff to, buff you up. Oh, and that Kaboom's going to take that stock, but Yeah, right now, sitting, I believe, with that psych up or that
Oh, there we go. The conversion into the up special. Very good stuff there from Petayaa. Now, last stock situation. Petayaa looking much better this game. Finding the landing forward air into finding more of these Kazuya combos. 52%. Sola was all the way out there. Goes for a crazy nair. And does not find the zoom at the end. Petayaa getting in there. Condoring. Bro is not the thinker. You're not the thinker, buddy.
But he's thinking. I smell the gears turning.
Smell the gears. That's a crazy statement.
The combustion coming from that right now. But yeah, this was very, very unfortunate from Sola not to be able to find that zoom or even just get the tech on the stage. Petayaa, even though he had that SD, just turned it around completely. And now the momentum's on his side. Sola has a lot of work ahead of him. When you have a player like Petayaa and a character like Kazuya with momentum, it's going to be scary.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the key that Petayaa realized, like, a smaller stage means I'm going to run in and find... This game's never going to be even. Yeah. Either I'm all the way down or I'm running in there and just demanding that lead. And Petayaa is doing a fantastic job, right? Like, making Sola nervous. So Sola's already taking this back to small battlefield, taking a step back and going for those forwarders immediately, saying, get out of here. I need the damage up, and so far, I need you away from me as far as I can. And Sola already doing a fantastic job of keeping this Kazuya out, especially since he's already at 120 about 20 seconds into the game.
Yeah, and it doesn't help Petaya's pace in the fact that he's letting these hits come through so that the MP can come back for Sola. To be able to fish for a lot more spells like Bounce. To be able to get more options with the Crackle Slash into the flag!
Ding, 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 ding. It's even impressive, but that's what it was, like an 87-ish% chance of that taking a kill. But it was really funny, so I guess you thought it. But Sola is just turning up right now. Again, using the projectiles and keeping this Kazuya away from the small extra space that small battlefield brings as opposed to small Smashville. It's just such a big difference maker. Finally, Sola has those double platforms to run away to and doesn't need the first situation against the Kazuya anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, again, Sola's still on his third stock, right? So he still has a lot more leeway against Petayaa, but we saw earlier on that Smashville game.
Again.
Not again.
Not again.
Oh, baby.
Oh. That's, you know.
Salt to the wound.
We really don't tolerate bullying this local, guys. It's not making you ridiculous. Sola, of course, up 2 stocks to 1. The Kaboom coming out as well. Again, like the fact that he's like going on this onslaught and still just like pulling it, he's going in insanely and also just like keeping you back at the same time. Like, that's got to be so demoralizing for Petayaa.
It really is. And I talked about it.
Oh. As I say that.
Okay. Zoom, maybe?
That's the only thing you could do. And that's the thing I mentioned earlier. It does not matter what time it is in the game. Okay. Oh, okay, it was in the air, so you get to get off. It doesn't matter what time it is in the game. Kazuya is Kazuya. If he finds one singular hit, you can get back in the game no matter where you are on the stage. So, but Sola, you might be feeling yourself a little bit too much because Petaya's looking to get back into this.
He's getting back in. Gets that. Oh my God, that down smash. Oh no!
Wait a minute. That was meant to be the set. That is the set. If you guys heard that from the microphone, he actually said, "Wow, Petayaa, that was a really good combo. Congratulations, man. I'm really proud of you."
That was a fair.
That's a direct quote from Sola. Didn't say anything else. Anyways, Petayaa.
Let's go, Petayaa.
Taking that. No bias, by the way.
Yeah,
Petayaa, like I mentioned earlier, doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter where you're on the stage, doesn't matter what the game state is. Kazuya is Kazuya. You give him the time of day just once, you give him one read, it's wraps.
Yeah.
There's a reason people have a very strong vitriol for a character like Kazuya.
Mm-hmm. And it's that fear factor that sets in because we talked about how Sola was, getting a little bit scared with Petayaa, especially in that game 3. And Petayaa was making the most out of it, knowing that Sola was a little bit scared with all these different options that Petayaa had. This uppy, missing
nonsense.
that tech.
That was just nonsense.
Yeah, shades of game number 2. That last stock for I believe it was the beginning of game number 3, where Sola misses that tech and loses the stock early. This was nice.
I mean, that first stock was ridiculous, and Petayaa still brought that back. That is what I need to hammer home to every single person out there. Whether you're competing or you're at home right now watching the stream, mentality matters so much. Because he was down 3 stocks to 1. He got snoozed into F smash. So Petayaa was like, okay, I got this if I lock in.
And he
Boom.
locked in.
He put the shades up. He's chilling. He found that stock in an insanely clean way.
And there's only one option that Sola could go for, and he couldn't even find it. So Petayaa with a crazy
This was disgusting, by the way.
combo.
It was such a good read to catch that roll in there. The panic roll at ledge against Kazuya is a tale as old as time. This is old as 3. Tale as old as time. And Petayaa definitely found it there. Congratulations to him for taking that. I mean, insanely good comeback from him.
Genuinely. And